Two people, same office, same elevator, same virus floating in the air. They both breathe it in. They both touch the same coffee machine. 3 days later, one of them is in bed with a fever, aching muscles, and a throat that feels like gravel. The other goes to the gym, answers emails, never even sneezes. What happened? The answer isn't luck. It isn't willpower. It's an invisible war that started the moment that virus crossed the threshold. A war most people will never know they fought. Let's shrink down to the cellular level and watch it unfold. The moment a virus enters through your nose, it thinks it's arrived somewhere quiet, unguarded. It hasn't. Your respiratory tract is lined with a moving carpet of microscopic, hair-like structures called cilia. They beat constantly, 1,000 times per minute, sweeping debris, bacteria, and viruses backward toward the throat, where they're swallowed and dissolved by stomach acid. Mucus traps the invaders like flypaper before they even get close to your cells. Tears and saliva carry enzymes that punch holes in bacterial membranes. Your skin, if unbroken, is essentially impenetrable. Most infections die here, silently, before you ever notice. But some viruses are built to get through. This one slips past the mucus layer. It latches onto a cell lining your airway, injects its genetic code inside, and begins rewriting the cell's instructions. In minutes, that cell becomes a factory, producing not proteins that serve you, but copies of the virus. You feel nothing yet, but your body already knows. The moment a cell is infected, it starts screaming. It releases chemical signals called interferons, molecular alarm bells that flood the surrounding tissue. Neighboring cells receive the signal and immediately begin hardening their defenses, making it harder for the virus to replicate inside them. Think of it like one house on a street catching fire, and every neighbor simultaneously boarding their windows and calling the fire department. The fire spreads slower. Sometimes it stops entirely. Meanwhile, the immune system's first responders are already moving in. Macrophages, large, slow-moving cells that patrol your tissues constantly, detect chemical traces of the infection. They engulf and destroy infected material, then broadcast their own distress signals. Neutrophils flood into the area in massive numbers, releasing toxic chemicals designed to kill pathogens, sometimes destroying nearby healthy tissue in the process. Natural killer cells, exactly what they sound like, scan every cell they encounter, looking for one specific sign of infection. Healthy cells display a molecular ID badge on their surface. Infected cells lose it. The moment a natural killer cell finds a cell without that badge, it delivers a targeted chemical payload that forces the infected cell to self-destruct before the virus inside can finish replicating. In someone with a fast, well-calibrated innate immune response, this is often enough. The infection is contained, eliminated. The person never develops symptoms. But when the virus is more aggressive or the innate response is slower, the body calls in reinforcements. Deep in your lymph nodes, something remarkable is being set in motion. Dendritic cells, the immune system's intelligence agents, have been collecting fragments of the virus and carrying them back to the lymph nodes like evidence from a crime scene. There, they present these fragments to T cells. Helper T cells coordinate the response, sending chemical signals that activate two critical branches of the immune system simultaneously. Killer T cells are dispatched to hunt down and destroy every infected cell in the body, not just the ones that have already broken down. B cells begin producing antibodies, precision-engineered proteins shaped specifically to bind to this particular virus, neutralizing it and marking it for destruction. This adaptive response takes several days to fully mobilize. If the innate immune system bought enough time, the adaptive response arrives and overwhelms the infection before you ever feel sick. If the innate system was overwhelmed too quickly, you develop symptoms while the adaptive response is still catching up. Here's something most people don't realize. Most of your symptoms aren't caused by the virus. They're caused by your own immune system fighting it. Fever makes your body hostile to replication. Fatigue forces rest so energy can be redirected toward defense. Inflammation, painful as it is, brings more immune cells to the site. Your body is not failing, it's fighting. So why do some people seem to never get sick? The honest answer is that they do get infected. They just win so fast the infection never registers. Immune memory plays the largest role. Every infection you've survived, every vaccine you've received, leaves behind memory cells, a standing army already programmed to recognize that specific pathogen. When it appears again, the response isn't measured in days, it's measured in hours. Beyond memory, sleep is arguably the most important variable most people underestimate. During deep sleep, your body produces cytokines, the chemical messengers that coordinate immune responses. Chronic sleep deprivation measurably reduces natural killer cell activity. One study published in Sleep found that people sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night were 4 times more likely to develop a cold after viral exposure than those sleeping 7 or more hours. Your gut microbiome, the ecosystem of bacteria living in your digestive tract, trains and calibrates your immune system throughout your entire life. Disrupting it through poor diet, overuse of antibiotics, or chronic stress measurably weakens immune surveillance. Exercise at moderate intensity enhances immune circulation. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which suppresses the very lymphocytes needed to respond to infection. No single habit makes you invincible, but the combination, sleep, nutrition, prior exposure, vaccination, stress management, determines how fast and how effectively your body responds the next time a virus gets through. While you've been watching this video, millions of immune cells have been patrolling your tissues, intercepting pathogens, repairing cellular damage, and dismantling infections before they had a chance to make you feel anything. You didn't ask them to. You didn't feel them working. The greatest battle you'll never see is happening inside you right now.